All right, let's see what we got. We definitely in. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer. And essentially, what I do as a spiritual healer is technically what the title says. I pretty much, as a spiritual healer, I help you to fully become a human being. In other words, I help you to master the art of becoming yourself. And the way that I go about that, pretty much, I go, first, I help you to become mentally and emotionally balanced. And the reason why you need to be mentally and emotionally balanced, because if we all know, when you're not emotionally balanced, the effect that it has in your vision. It doesn't allow you to see completely what's in front of you. It could be mad, depending on what the unbalance is, due to emotional. I mean, we all know that's why some people would say, I'm not going to be so gullible, like, you're referring to you not being emotionally balanced. So as a result, what we do see is that you were somehow able to you didn't see the full picture. Now, because of that, most people would go like, okay, so it's better for me to become mentally strong. And what they think is mentally balanced is suppressing their emotions. And that's pretty much the recipe for toxicity. That's what toxicity is, just so you guys know. But that's the, you know, misunderstanding of being mentally balanced, right? Now, being mentally balanced obviously has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with you suppressing your emotions. But what that has to do with is you understanding how your mind works and understand that, the relationship that your mind has with the thing that you come in contact with. Understanding what is your relationship with your culture. Every culture is shaping you to think a certain way. So you have to acknowledge that for you to become mentally balanced. Otherwise, you're just following what the culture says. This is why for you to be mentally, balanced, meaning you're not being biased. You're looking at it from different perspective. Not just from a perspective of what you were told, but from an understanding of you. And this is where freedom of thought comes in. This is where when we're talking about freedom of mind, that's truly what that is. Then when you understand that, then you see mind control. I mean, it's not a conspiracy theory, because technically a lot of you guys, you were trained to think a certain way. You were trained to think what God is, and then there's a book that would reinforce that for you. Like, these are the things that you would have to be aware of for you to become mentally balanced. Now, here's something else too. You can't suppress your emotions, because the minute that you do, because most people, that's exactly what they do, right? So they're thinking, okay, so for me, since I was too emotional and I didn't get to see what I needed to see, if by me suppressing my emotions, it would allow me to see everything. And that's not the case at all. Because once you do that, then you become very rigid. The more matter of fact you becomes, the less you're able to relate to other people. Do you see what I'm saying? But when you add a little bit of emotion into it, then you can relate to it a little bit more. Then you can relate to others better. So this is why you need to be emotionally balanced, and you need your emotions and your intellect has to come together. It is at that moment when they both come together now you have a better, you can see the bigger picture, both from an emotional perspective and from an intellectual perspective. And that's what the perfect union is all about. Just so you guys know, that is the wedding that Jesus is always talking about. This is you, the church, and God. This is that union. That's that holy communion. And in so many words too, man, that is the art of becoming a human being. I mean, it is an art because as a spiritual healer, I show you the how. And when you really think about it, what all of our ancestors did, or even Jesus himself, was to show you there was something more to you than what you appear to be. So in other words, the art of truly becoming a human being is to have a deeper understanding of this reality. And you have a better understanding of this reality by understanding and knowing who you are. And also, now the way you would go about knowing who you are now, then now you understand when you look at nature or when you're looking at things around you, you understand now there is more to what it looks like. Just like for you to get to know me, there is more to me than what I appear to be in front of you. And you will not know who I am until you understand that part of me. This is why when you understand that in the mystics or in the spiritual world, we will tell you, for you to understand the things that's in front of you, you have to master the things that you don't see. Because anybody or everybody that you see, there is more to them. So for you to know my soul, my spirit, the type of guy that I am, you would have to go beyond what I look like. So therefore, you would have to start looking at my character, the shit that I talk about, whom I associate myself with, like all that kind of bullshit. And the art of becoming a human being, and me as a spiritual healer, that's truly what I help you with. By helping you to understand and acknowledge the things that you do not see about you. And by you acknowledge these things, then now it gives you a better grip for you to manage the things that you can see. Like when you see someone who's being triggered, they just went off. They are not in a position where they understood what the situation is. And sometimes they may even tell you, man, I spazzed out. I lost it. So they haven't truly mastered their demons. Or another way of saying that, the non-physical aspect of them, or that spiritual side of you. They go by many different names. But the art of becoming a true human being, it pretty much entails you having a physical understanding of who you are, but also having a non-physical understanding about who you are. And that's how now you become complete. That's how now you become whole. And that is the purpose of having God in your life. That's what God does for you. So then again, going back to the whole art of becoming a human being, man, it is an art because you have to know how. So all of our ancestors did, they left clues and knowledge about the how. That's why any spiritual healer or leaders, they will tell you to go within. They're helping you to tap into that divine side of you, the side that you don't see. That's what the message has always been. This is not about fucking religion or none of that shit. Even the religion aspect of it, if you're talking about belief systems, but ultimately all of those belief systems is telling you about the side of you that you don't see. That's why all religion is leading you to God, to the non-physical aspect of yourself. So again, this is a big task as a spiritual healer, but I guess so far so good. I think I got this. But essentially, I mean, that's exactly what it is. you know, and by you now tapping into that non-physical aspect of yourself, I mean, there's so much to say, man. I don't even know where to fucking begin with this. You know, because ultimately what I'm also doing is giving you, you know, like that fresh pair of understanding, that perspective, giving you the sight for you to look at it from a different angle. Understanding that this spiritual shit, it's a practical matter. And it's being said to us in so many different ways. As a man thinketh, you know, so he becomes. So again, this is also showing you that you are manifesting. I mean, you don't have a manifestation issue. And don't even make me go there, because, you know, the whole manifestation shit is so bogus, man. Do you see what I'm saying? It's so played out. It's like, you can't manifest for what, nigga? You already manifest. Listen, if your life is fucked up right now, you manifested that. So you already know how to manifest. So why don't you start there by trying to identify how, you know, your life is so fucked up. Then you're going to realize it is you, motherfucker. This is why now in the manifestation, they telling you, you know, to think positively, whatever the fuck. But how do you think positive if you're not a positive person? Do you see what I'm saying? You have to change. So it's not really manifesting. You are mirroring everything that you do. It's everything that we do, we body it. This is our incarnation. As a man thinketh, not only that he becomes that in his life, but it's also being manifested in what we do. So your birthright, I mean, by definition, you are a fucking manifester. You don't have no manifestation issue, man, because we all mirroring our lives where we at right here, right now. That goes for everybody. The higher your frequency, well, guess what, man? Well, you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna, you know. This is why, as you change, guess what's taking place? I know for me, I could tell you this much. You know, best friends became strangers for me. When I chose myself, when I chose God, you know, my environment also had to change. Because now, since I had developed values in me, then I naturally will do valuable shit. Because I am valued now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or I have values. So I'm mirroring that. And in the process of you developing your values, this is when your whole world's gonna turn into chaos, into fucking chaos. That's when you're gonna go through the transformation. Again, the art of becoming a human being. I mean, that shit, it's physical, but at the same time, it's truly all spiritual. When you truly understand it. And anything that's taking place, it's just the words that is now being made flesh. So by default, you are manifesting. That's why that shit is played out. It's almost like that shit sound like a commercial that tells you, yo, do you take shit in the morning? Or do you take shit at all? And if you do, I got this for you. You're like, oh shit. Do you see what I'm saying? I didn't know taking shit was so damn. And that's what they did to you with the fucking secret. What was the secret? You see what I'm saying? The secret was so much not of a secret. When they said it to you, you related to it quickly. That's how much of a secret that shit was not. That's why everybody, just like the Matrix, none of that shit was a fucking secret. It was things that you already knew. That's why the collective consciousness reacted to it like by number, just the way we did. Listen, man, you cannot do anything that you already are not. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here because we're going to get to talk about that too. Because this is all part of the art of you becoming yourself. That's the art you must master for you to master this life. This is why now the mystics or the spiritualists, now they will tell you, you know what, to master the things that you see, you have to master the things that you don't see. When you truly know the truth, then you realize there's nothing mystics about this. This is just fucking reality. This is a matter of you having a deeper understanding of what you're looking at already. Because it's for you to know me. You have to know the non-physical me. Then, you know what I'm saying, vice versa. So then who the fuck are we dealing with? A lot of motherfuckers who are not as physical as they appear to be. In other words, you're dealing with fucking spirit in a human form, if you want to put it that way. If you want to, you know, be a little comfortable. If that is somehow too strong for you, you being a spirit, so let's put you in the body. Because this is why even the body cannot even contain you. That's why you are a reflection of that body, a strong mind and strong body. That's why when you change inwardly, you're able to change your body at any given time. That's why those who knows, we understand that our body is just an extension of our conscious mind. That was Jules right there. Pick that shit up. Pick it up, somebody. Somebody pick that shit up. Do it for yourself, nigga. So now, obviously, I'm very excited for this conversation because there's a lot to talk about. But now, just to conclude, so now, you know, essentially, well, that's what I help you with. And all of my fucking videos is all about, this is why too, like, I'm fucking excited about this because essentially, that's what I've always been talking about. Whether I choose a topic, a subject, ultimately the goal is to help you to master your own self. And all I'm doing is teaching you about the things about you that you don't see. And we all have a side that we don't see about us. And that's what you need to get to know. That's when now you're stepping into the unknown. This is where the mystery starts, or start to unfold itself, however you would like to say it. But I want you to get the point. So first of all, you're not being spooky when we talk about mysticism or mystics. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, man, the mind control is for real. That shit is for real. And I'm going to be talking about that shit too. But anyway. So yeah. Shit, I might as well just jump in it though. Well, what the fuck then? You know, I mean, this is all what spirituality is all about too. You know, spirituality is the story or the state of mind of us, our state of mind, our state of being. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then now you understand that your whole purpose is to, what you're truly doing here is developing, it's unfolding, it's embodying. You know, that's why you have to master the men within. You understand what I'm saying? Then now you understand your purpose is to do that. It's not to be a lawyer. Yes, it's cool to be a lawyer. But then you truly understand how at this point, you this and you that. Then you don't understand this about you. Nothing matters, man. And that's what Jesus was trying to tell you. Like, I mean, how would it serve you to have all these things and yet you're losing your soul? Because your soul is your very purpose. It's your own essence. And the art of becoming a human being or a spiritual being, how the fuck you want to do it, that's what you're doing. That's the development. This is why in my last video, when I was talking, or one of my last recordings, I was talking about the whole, you know what I'm saying, the blind men. The blind men, what they do is this is why, let me say this too. So if for you to know me, or for you to truly have a deep or a true understanding of anything, you have to go beyond. In other words, you got to see beyond what you're looking at. Then if that's the case, that is the reason why when you look at things for face value, in other words, this is you choosing a girl just because she look good and then nothing else, then your life is gonna be chaotic. Do you see how this shit is applicable into your life? That's what makes it a practical matter. That's the illusion, the fat ass, nigga. The cute face. Now, I'm not telling you shit. I love cute faces too. But without substance? No, ma'am, no, sir. Take it back to your mama. I have no use for it. But it's not just me. It's not even useful. Forget about me. That's why for you, when you become a gift to the world, that's why you need to know who you are. You get to share the gift. You adding values to the fucking world or to people around you. So when you're not fully developed as a human being, like you know good, man. You know use. And you don't truly understand what true transformation entails. Because unfortunately for you, you become one-sided because you only look at yourself from that perspective. And for the most part, that's why you can never truly see things if you're looking at it only from a physical perspective. Like I said, if you see somebody being triggered or react a certain way, you wouldn't understand truly why the person is reacting that way until you understand, okay, what was the cause? Not just the cause, but you would also need to have a deeper understanding of that person itself or herself. Then now you're able to put it together. Then now you understand it or you see it. This is why you cannot take anything for face value. And this is also why the Indian called this world Maya, which means a world of illusion. It's only an illusion because you're looking at it only from a physical perspective. So the art of becoming a human being is a spiritual, it's an art. It's a mystery path. It's oh my God. It's mysterious. It's you know, it's divine. It's all of that shit. It's all of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, the experience, the journey, that's why they call it the journey. The art of becoming, like, that's what makes it an art. You have to go through the transformation. Now, this is what I was talking about when I talked about one of my last recordings, right? When I talked about, you know, some of us who got a small clarity of who we are, meaning you start somehow, you know, you would like to know who God is. Somehow you have the urge, and then now you end up just going to church, and then you haven't fully developed or satisfied that urge in you. Then somehow now what you do is that you replace it with that fucking church shit because you don't want to keep doing the work. So when you stop there, then now you became like, now you think you technically what you're doing just by doing that, you got a small clarity, and then you think you got the remedy for the actual disease. And this is, and you didn't have nothing at all. That was just scratching off the surface. Do you see what I'm saying? That was just the beginning. This is why those of us, like for me, I started there when I had that little small clarity. Then I never stopped. And as I kept going, guess what? It took me into religion. It led me right out. It led me right outside of it. You know, because I was true to my growth. And anybody who's gone that route, then you building on your inner strength, your inner vision. Then now, and you are demystifying, you know, the shit that niggas were saying about the Bible, because now, you know, you're not under mind control anymore because of that urge. It led you to so many different studies, so many different perspectives. Then you understand, oh, those are all different perspectives. And this is what all of that meant. Like the goal is for you to become a better you. And you do it through God, through your divinity, to that non-physical aspect of yourself. That's what the art of becoming a human being is all about. This is why your only way out is through spirituality. The truth will set you free. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's also when you truly get to see and understand who you truly are. Then that's why I was telling you guys, right? The magic is in the doing. What you do is doing you. You following your passion is developing you. It's a journey. You're spending your time building character, although it could be is being manifested in physically, but as these things are taking place, there's something greater that's taking place in you. Personality wise, you're forging your personality, you're creating your character. That's why you have to follow your passion. You know, you're discovering more and more and more about you. And the more you know about you, this is why for a lot of people, as you delve into that, then you get to see you had a lot in, then inside of you is your genius. This is your true potential. This is your gift. This is what you know how to do that nobody else can do it better than you. But you can only get to that moment, and this is where you really get to fully developed. And the art, man, it's just the fucking journey, the know-how. That's what this shit is. For me, I had to understand that the outer was a reflection of me. And this is why you need to understand about you. This is where the art of mastering who you are, and I always recommend the Kabbalion for you guys. Because it helps you to master yourself by understanding those very spiritual laws. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, Muhammad Ali was always my fucking idol. Then Eddie Murphy. But at a younger age, I couldn't understand why. I thought it was because of them. But as I became mature, I realized, no, sorry, Mr. Muhammad Ali. I love you because I love me, because of me. Obviously, I was the one in my feelings, so I didn't acknowledge that part, because this is where too you have to understand projection. And your outer world is a reflection of you. So then when I really got to know the man in himself, then I realized I'm not trying to measure myself up with him, but it was the values that he had that I also had, that I really like in him. It wasn't necessarily him per se. I realized this all this time it was me that I was admiring on a higher level that I didn't understand. And I'll give you a perfect example. Like he's the type of dude, change his name. He always been on a lot of white shows, but yet he know he was a nigga. He didn't act like, you know what I'm saying, to be, or, you know what I'm saying, to be accepted. He was himself. He was himself, addressing issues. When they asked him to go to war, nigga said, nah, man, none of these niggas ain't never did anything to me, man. That's a man who stood up for himself, changed his name, because like he was saying, the Chinese speak Chinese, whatever the fuck. And then him as a nigga, why the fuck is he gonna have a fucking white person name? He didn't have no issues with white people. That's why a lot of the documentary you'll see, he was interacting with a lot of white people. But he was himself. I represent that. I'm like, oh shit, that's why I love that nigga. Eddie Murphy, another one. Eddie Murphy is the only brother, so far for me, like, in a lot of his movies, I'll give you a perfect example, right? You'll see he always depicted all type of different blacks. There's gonna be a Jamaican bitch in there, there's gonna be a French, fancy, like, he includes all of us. So for me, you know, I love all of us. A London niggas, my up north niggas, my down south niggas, my Caribbean niggas. I love all niggas. You hear me? So, ironically, that's what he was doing in his movies. So, it was showing that too, obviously. You know, I mean, I'm not saying this to shit on my other, like, the menace societies. I mean, I understand those were, you know, by brothers who did it for the black American. I mean, I definitely get that. You know what I'm saying? You guys are representing. Do your thing, baby. I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's not to go against that, but I'm just saying that goes to show you his perspective, his state of mind, and the type of movie that he actually did. When he did Coming to America, even his music. Listen to like Party All Night, that was kind of like a 80s theme type of shit. Then he got Red Lights. Red Lights is more like a Jamaican reggae type of vibe. So he's showing you that's the type of dude that he is. If you making music, you could do fucking American music, you're doing reggae music. What the fuck is that nigga telling you about him? Then I saw it was me that I see in him. But I didn't know myself at that time. So I used to just say, that's my fucking idol. But the reality of it is, and this is not to minimize him neither, not to say that he doesn't matter, because it was through him that I was able to see myself. This is why you are the light of the world. This is why, and this is also how the science behind Jesus died for you. So you could see you, our identities intertwined. So through my shyness, I'm able for you to see you. So whatever you think you like about me is truly in you. And the opposite of it is also true too. I'll give you another example, like Bill Cosby. I never liked this motherfucker, bro. I mean, even when I wasn't as deep as I am now, even as a kid, yeah, I used to watch the Cosby Show and all that, but I don't know, it never quite did it for me. Never did it for me. And then guess what? And as I grew older and started to understand what the show was about, but not even just the show, started to understand too what I am about, then I see there's nothing that this nigga's about that I'm about. No wonder why I didn't like him. It's not a coincidence. Like, I don't stand for what he represents. Do you see what I'm saying? And technically, what this motherfucker represents, for you to be a lawyer, for you to be, if you're black, to speak proper, go to college, is to have this different image about you. I mean, I'm not telling you to be, obviously, I'm not a stupid motherfucker. And obviously, too, I went to college. But I'm not limited. I'm not one sided. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's what Eddie Murphy even was telling that nigga. Like, because even he was trying to chastise Eddie. Like, the fuck, man? You can't do no curse show. That's what Eddie Murphy was saying. Like, you step on stage, you go like, hey, suck my dick, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Have a good night. And then I'm out. And everybody, yes, I came here to pay for that. Nah, man, you can't do no curse show. That's what Eddie Murphy was saying. Again, trying to show you how one-sided this motherfucker was. And me not liking them, but not because of fucking Eddie Murphy. That was just, I was never attracted to that. And then everything all makes sense too. And then I also could come to realize too, as I'm growing myself, it's not a coincidence. Like niggas like Bill Cosby, it's all these motherfuckers who always appear to be perfect. They wouldn't use profanity. They wouldn't do none of that shit. Those are the ones, man. When you meet these motherfuckers, listen to me. Run. Don't even look back. Any motherfucker who always try to act perfect, run from them, bro. Trust me. Trust me. And like I always tell people too, do you always notice it's the people who have really gone through changes in life, who are comfortable to talk about their mistakes, who are comfortable to open up, to be honest, to say fuck at times if that's what you feel like the fuck saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So what Bill Cosby pretty much stood for, it was that society validation. Because technically what he was doing, he was trying to get white people to see a good side of you, which is that side. We're not all bad. We love college. You know what I'm saying? We speak proper. Like, wow. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just some dumb shit. But I'm saying all of that to say, your outside, that part of it was able for me to see what was inside of me. That's what projections are all about. So again, reflecting back onto you. This is why, when you understand that, our ancestors, that's why you need to have your statues. The science behind the statues was the fact that your something that is on the outside could bring what's inside of you out more. So you use it, just like I was telling you now. I'm glad that Muhammad Ali was my fucking idol. Eddie Murphy was my idol, because what they did successfully was allowing me to pull that person that was inside of me out. This is why you need your superheroes. Because your superheroes, those statues, they bring something that is within out of you. This is why when you're looking at like the Sphinx statues, those are tools. The fucking Egyptians, they were not worshiping idols like you think they were. You're the one worshiping idols. Even when you talking about the law of manifestation, you want to get a nice car. You want to get a house. That's why you even talk about it. You don't want to work hard. So you even using that for material benefit. Like you fucking hoe, pretty much. What these niggas were doing was something totally different. If you understand when I just talked about my idols. So it was the same, your outer form allows what is within you to come out. This is why when you look at the Sphinx, I'll give you a perfect example. In fact, I'll give you two perfect examples. The Sphinx should give you a deeper understanding of you looking at, of yourself. it should successfully bring something that is within you by you looking at the statue of, let's just say, a freaking animal. Then now you could see that we are all animals, right? But at the same time, that the head part of you, which is the human side, so you being in control of your animal side or your animal self, or that can also show harmony in you. But that is also showing that you are both animal and human at the same time. Another way of saying that you are both physical and non-physical at the same time. Because when we're talking about the mental, this is a non-physical aspect of us. So that statue is reflecting that. So that's why when you see the Sphinx, you gotta feel something. When you see statues in general, like you see how some people would see like the Baphomet and they say this is Satan, this is exactly what it is. What do you think that is? The statue has successfully bring something out of them. That's why you will hear people say, man, I step around this thing, it feels like Satan's all around me. You feel like this is the devil. How is fucking statues, nigga, think about this, clay, make you feel that way? And you feel it in a way that like nobody can tell you nothing. So again, those outer things bring something inside of you. And because you have not mastered your demon yet, then now you're afraid of that fucking statue. This is why, like, the wise ones, we understand we need those statues. Like the Buddhist, some of their gods look ugly. They doing, you know what I'm saying, like that, but it's not really anything like satanic that's going on. This is to let you know, to acknowledge me. That's why they're using those deities for you to acknowledge what is within you, for you to master your own demon, your demon, for lack of better terms. But it's not truly your demon, it's your emotions, that non-physical aspect of you. That's why the Egyptians used to use those shit. Those are tools. We were not stupid, nigga. For you motherfuckers, like, man, I hate to do that to my man, though. I like this guy so much, man. When these motherfuckers said the Egyptians try to take their gold with them. Like, these motherfuckers are stupid. Like, these niggas were stupid, bro. This brother said these niggas, they try to take the gold with them, but that didn't work. That's because you don't understand the science, nigga. Do you know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers, they were all about their divine rights. Even the house that this nigga lived in, the secret geometry was crazy. Yo, I was watching this documentary. Yo, I went through a fucking trance. That's how deep the shit was. And if you ever go, and I never been to the pyramid myself, but through what I was able to experience, there is a vibe in it. There's a frequency in it. And I'm pretty sure people who were going there, like you would feel certain things. So trust me, these niggas was not stupid to try to take gold with them, brother. These all were fucking tools. That was a ritual. You got it fucked up. Because us spiritual healers, we knew how to speak to our psyche. We've mastered the non-physical aspect of us. We are the true seers. Those statues were tools, man. When you see a motherfucker afraid of Baphomet, that's because you're weak. Your inner self is weak. You the type of motherfucker like you can't even go to bed by your fucking self. That's truly who the fuck you are. You probably peeing in bed too, bitch. You can't fool me. I know the type of spirit you are. You see what I'm saying? Like, people are talking about the Baphomet, man. Look that shit up. You know what I'm saying? And the goat in itself. Like, for me, I'm a sheep and a goat. The sheep part of me is God over everything. The ultimate, the divine. The goat side of me is knowing that it comes from me, nigga. So the only thing I'm devoted to is that divinity in me. So again, I'm saying that to say, do you see what I'm saying? And then you see the goat half with a man titty and the other half with a male titty, showing you the balance in you. You get you a fucking Baphomet statue, nigga. What are you afraid of? This is showing the masculinity and the femininity in you. And then what the fuck else? Anyway, I'm not gonna waste my time on that shit. Yo, there's a bunch of the fucking definition of that shit if you just look that shit up. So when you're afraid of the statue, man, that's because you're a little bitch. It's something inside of you that it hasn't strengthened yet. But for me, because I have mastered that non-physical aspect of me, man, nigga, I have Medusa at my house, nigga. The minute you step in, this is who you stepping into. That's why those they didn't know who they were fucking with. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get people to pay. I don't pay people for nothing. I speak to them directly. Man, you better. Okay. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? But you wouldn't be able to understand that because you're afraid of who you are. You know, a lot of us don't even know who we are. But anyway, but the art of becoming a human being, though, those are the transformations. Those are the understanding that you need to have about you. And this is because you can't become something that you're not. All we're doing is evolving. This is why you need to follow yourself for you to become fully developed. And that's also what the art is all about. You have to get on this journey. And at times you get to discover skills that you didn't even think that you have. For me, not necessarily skills, I always kind of suspected I had them, you know, but I got to realize, I mean, how gifted I am. Definitely that. I definitely, by me going through this path, I got to realize how talented I am in my own way. Because I have successfully bring myself out. In other words, I have successfully mastered my shit, nigga. I did it. And that's what the change is. Then you get to know your talent, your skills, and then when you know that, bro, like those are your magical powers. Then when you know your gifts, man, nobody can do it better than you. Because those are yours. Then you truly become magical. In that journey, you get to discover things about you that you didn't even know about you. Like some of the things I just told you, like that I love about Eddie Murphy and fucking Muhammad Ali. I didn't know that until I kept going and I have successfully sculpted and seen myself. I'm like, man, you're beautiful, handsome. Look at him, man. I found my beauty, man. I found my treasure. I got to see my potentials, man. I really, like, I had actualized those potentials now. But this is what the art of becoming a human being is all about. That's why you have to transform. This is why there's nothing else that matters more than that. Nothing else. Not a career, not the amount of money that you got, none of it. And I'm not saying this just to say. I'm saying that, obviously, I'm breaking it down to you right now. So now you're seeing your own development as a person. You make money, money don't make you. That's why all of that shit means nothing until if you don't save your soul, for lack of better terms. But what this is saying is, I mean, if you're not fully developed, like, and you develop with just one area about you, it means nothing. In other words, you didn't get to see the full picture. You haven't fully developed. You're just another one-sided ass motherfucker. In other words, you have mental illness too. Because your only sanity is you becoming fully who you are. So again, now if you understand all of that too, you can't be what you're not. And then you also realize all you doing is just, you literally doing you. You are embodying yourself. All we do truly is projecting ourselves. You're always mirroring who you are. So that's why I told you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just look at how stupid your life is right now, then you see you manifested that shit, bro. Now, what you need is not to manifest something else. You need to change. Because the reality is, once you change, your environment will change. For me, it will automatically take place. As I started becoming, you know, from, let's just say, a young man to becoming more of a mature man, I was adjusting as a man. And naturally, I couldn't speak to the same people that I used to speak before. Because the truth in the matter is this: we were never on the same frequency to begin with. It was a matter of me not knowing my values. As I start to value myself more, guess what, man? I remove, like, you know, there's people that I never really was involved with, but they had access to me. Not because I was involved, but because I was still open. But then when I got to see what I got, when you value you, come on, man, you cannot let everybody have access to you. What the fuck do you think this is? Not this beauty here. How do you think, how do you feel like you're just gonna abuse me, man? Like, no. And then now you also realize there's people who's not adding values to you. And if they're not adding values to you, or they are taken away from you, then as you become valuable too, like, you will naturally do these things. That's why I always tell you guys to adopt a Godhead mentality, because the word has to be made flesh. So meaning, as a man thinketh, so he becomes. When you adopt that mentality, then you get to reproduce that around you. You mirror that, you project it. And here's something else I also wanted to tell you about those statues. Get your motherfucking statues. Get all the gods. For me, at one point, on my very early on, I was Ogu. You know what I'm saying? Shaka Zulu, the nigga with the spears, man. That type of warrior. Even when you look at Shaka Zulu, you could see the spirit that he was embodied by. What you see on the outside was just the outside, nigga. I saw the spirit with a fucking spear. Spear, my bad. Yeah, it's a spear, right? Yeah. I think I'm saying it right. That's what I saw, man. That's when you become a man of character, like you become that. Like Michael Jackson was so conscious of that, man. This nigga did a fucking concert. He just stood there. But I don't know, was it for 30 minutes? That was some godly shit, man. Nigga was just being, man. Who's bad? That nigga's a bad motherfucker, bro. Here's another nigga. I love them too. What's up, Mike? That's my nigga. You know, shit. You know what I mean? Another genius, man. Powerful spirit, man. Another Christ energy. See, again, that's why you have to learn to go to see things beyond what you see. And only then would you have a deeper or the true understanding of what you see. That's why when you approach this life only from a physical perspective, you're already blind. You're already blind. This is when, oh, you thought just because she looked good automatically justifies she was a good woman? You guys are falling for the okie doke, man. It's the illusion. This is why in the Matrix, the woman in the red dress. This is why the ancient too, we use women, we always identify them as the illusion. Not as a way to degrade them, that's not what we're doing at all. But the attribute that comes with them. It's a constant reminder too. It's always like the bitch with the fat ass telling you, all right, y'all see you looking at my ass, but remember, you better know who I am. When you truly have the sight. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you truly have the sight. So again, this world, when you truly understand it, it is not as physical as you think it is. This is why quantum physics is now telling you the material shit that you're seeing is all energy. So what they're calling material shit is just condensed energy. That should fucking blow your mind up, man. And this is what the whole Matrix is pretty much talking about when they're talking about the Matrix. When they're talking about, that's what I guess, let me rephrase that. And that's what pretty much the Matrix was talking about. If you truly understand the movie, that's what the movie's really telling you about. Oh man. So much to say, so much to talk about, bro. You know, then you realize you have to become you. And as you're becoming you, there are so many phases of you. You go through so many life and deaths in your life. You know, there's a personality I had as a baby, as a toddler, as an infant, as a fucking adolescent, a young man. Now me being a man. Those are so many different, but yet they all, shit, I just don't know how to say it. It's like, it's those spiritual identity crises that I went through. But yet it's all part of me, but different aspect of me. If you see Total Recall, the second one, when the guy was talking to himself, and then it got to a stage where he was talking to a part of himself that didn't even look like him at all. I think it was towards the end. And yeah, I know this nigga's like, Total Recall was something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, and that's what I'm saying. You identify, you know it's you, but it's not that identity that you think or you always thought you had. Man, the art of becoming yourself is just, it's incredible, bro. The experience in itself is life, it's transformational, bro. And that's what this whole thing is all about. You have to transform. And then now you get to see the people who do not transform. You know, those are your Chuckies. Those are your haters. These are the people who refuse to change. They refuse to take accountability. Just like when I was talking about that fucking projection, they always blaming on other people. They don't see the connection with them and that other people or that other person. They always fall short. They're true losers too, to be honest. And no wonder why they do losing. They always lose too, and they do losing shit. They lost. How do you hate on somebody for their own potential when you have your own potential? We all have our own fucking potentials. So for you to just hate on somebody else, like that's mean like you don't even have time on you? Like, do you even know? Hello, are you breathing? Do you exist? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, everybody should be sucking their own dick, bro. And that's what kings do. When two kings meet together, it's two motherfuckers who suck their own dicks. Now we get to exchange wits. And even our connection is even greater now because we have valuable things to share and even to talk about. So again, man, like the minute you don't choose you, I mean, it's you lost before you even got started. Then as you unfolding in this journey, it's almost like there's this journey, there is you. And then the journey is you, then you are the journey. It's like you get to experience all of those different aspects of you. Like I was telling you when I was telling you about fucking Muhammad Ali and Eddie Murphy, it was me. It was never them. But the idea of Jesus died for you, but they died or they lived for me so I could see myself. That's what it means that Jesus died for you. Through his light and understanding. It's already there. You have to wake up to it. In other words, you have to accept it. You have to see it for yourself. You gotta carry your own cross. You're gonna have to transform your own damn self. That transformation is mandatory. Like the man said in the Matrix, I can only show you the door, but you're gonna have to go through it. The only way through it is through it. There's no other way, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? So then yesterday I was talking about this one thing that I was thinking about. And it just came up in my mind now. Then we was talking about, even when we talk about metaphysics, right? What is metaphysics? It's the law in nature. Those laws also exist in our lives. This is why our ancestors, when they worship nature, it wasn't just nature that they were worshiping, man. It's that understanding. So they understand, so nature brought out this understanding in them. You sow. I mean, you rip what you sow. So when you see that in nature, it's because now the question was, anyway. I guess I'll spiritually or intellectually masturbate on that one when I have time. But it's important to say. Then you see the similarity in those rules, those laws. Just like the seed, you plant the seed, our growth in the middle of nowhere, our bodies growing. So most people, the ones that I call Chuckies, as their body is growing, their mind is not. They're not growing spiritually. This is why now you need to be born again. That's what the whole aspect of being born again is. Then now you understand, oh shit, my life is not just about dick and pussy. Now I'm not saying we don't want dick and pussy. What we're saying is, shit, there's a lot more than just dick and pussy. And by you understanding that alone, that's how you bypass dick and pussy. You don't suppress dick and pussy, you become more valuable. The motherfuckers who have not become more valuable, those are the ones struggling in sin. They don't have a God mentality. Those are the ones who's citing those verses or giving you those book references as if they know something, when they just repeating what a book is stating. And they're saying that shit with proud, like, shit. You would think they know what they're talking about. In reality, they're just repeating what to say. That's why their words to me, like, there's no power in it. They can't fool me. They can't fool me. And there's no life in their words too. And this is why also too you'll see the so-called great speakers or any pastors, when they're talking about the Bible, they have to give you real life experiences. The wisdom, what you need, your nourishment, which is what I'm giving you now, that's what the esoteric knowledge is. It's the understanding that is feeding your soul. Again, that is more than dick and pussy. Do you see what I'm saying? And here's something else too. Because for me, the way I speak, I use profanity. I don't give a fuck. Eddie Murphy was another motherfucker who does that. You know what I'm saying? So I really love this nigga, and this is not taking away nothing from him at all. It was because of me, nigga. It was because of me. Now, Bill Cosby, like I was telling you niggas, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing in that none of it, it does nothing to me. There's no life in it. There's no true identity in it. There's not enough fire in it for me. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could, man. To live my life to please other people, man. Like, I'm not even satisfied? Damn. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. I that's not for me, bro. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. I'm not built that way. Nor do I want to be built that way. Neither. Do you see what I'm saying? And especially after me finding my own treasure, man, forget about it. You can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? That alone gives me peace. That alone, like, it gives me a peace that goes beyond this world, bro. That harmony with me and myself. Even when shit don't work out the way I want it, nigga, I'm good. I just, hey, man, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm a witness to all this shit. I'm experiencing all that shit. I'm transcending all that shit, man. I really get to see the art in it. The art of becoming a human being, man. It's to see and to understand what you don't see. That's what it is. And that's what we are all inspired to be. That's your job. Is you living down here? That's your job, bro. If you're in this realm, that is your responsibility, period. That's your only assignment, man. And now, because I found mine, now through my shine, I hope you're able to see yourself, just like Muhammad Ali was able to do it for me, just like Medusa was able to do it for me, just like Mike Tyson was able to do it for me, just like Michael Jordan was able to do it for me, just like this motherfucker, the nigga that wrote The Count of Monte Cristo. Oh, that was another nigga that I love too. Come to find out, not only he's fucking Haitian too. What the fuck is that nigga name, man? I forgot this motherfucker name. But this nigga was so meticulous. He wrote The Three Musketeer, and he also The Count of Monte Cristo. To me, that is a hands down, like, man. I got both book versions. And all this time, I am the Count of Monte Cristo. The story that I loved so much was my own story. Even the movie The Gladiator, who became a slave. From a slave, he became like the general who became a slave. From a slave, he became a gladiator. And now he's challenging the whole fucking empire. This is my life. That is my life, man. No wonder why, again, your outer, is you use it to bring out what's within you. Get your fucking statues, my niggas. Get all your gods, your deities, man. Strengthen up your spirit. Build more character. Materialize or actualizing that spirit in you. That's what those statues gonna help you with. Those are tools. You don't worship them. You use them to develop your divinity. This is all part of you being the art of becoming a human being. That's what they do for you. None of the fucking Egyptians, were worshiping fucking Ka. None of that shit, nigga. You're the one worshiping idols, man. You know the price of everything, but no values. You know how much a Gucci bag costs. You know all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You become influencers now. That's why everybody got a fucking, like, I definitely got it. I got it. That's why I use that shit too, to give you this work. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you want to show... Let me stop. Oh, man. The art of becoming a human being, man. There's so much to say. It's not even fair. But what I really was excited about, even by me talking about Eddie Murphy and Muhammad Ali and all of my other fucking heroes too, the people that I really love, then you realize it was also to show my vulnerability. I'm secure enough to be insecure. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what being secure but yet insecure is. This is what being vulnerable is, but not being weak. Being vulnerable doesn't mean you weak, nigga. Well, stick your dick in. There was a few, you know what I'm saying? You're always gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? The hard-headed always gotta see it to believe it. Because they don't understand the science. They don't understand this is a fucking illusion. And because they don't understand, they have to see beyond what they see for them to see what they see. They always never see what's in front of them. What is it? What was the name of that movie, man? All with all of this fucking magician. The nigga told you the closer you look, the more you don't see. Let me say that again for you. The closer you look, the more you don't see. What do you think that entails? What do you think this is telling you? That's why you need to embrace the unknown. This is why you need to be in communion with your spirit side. Or another way of saying that, you gotta be in connection with you. This is why in voodoo we say the word voodoo. Voodoo in itself, that's what it means. You going into the mystique, the mystics, the mystery side of you. You have to let it unfold, baby. Man, this life is magical, nigga. Everything about you is. When you successfully bring it out. But the people who have not, like, you have a lot of gifts that you don't even know that you have. Because you don't explore you. And you haven't fully been developed. Because you'll get to realize those gifts the more developed that you fucking become. I'm a witness to this fucking shit. And it requires for you to know you. And the you that we're talking about is the non-physical part of you. That's why for you to master you have to master what you don't see about you. So the art of becoming a human being, again, that is the Sphinx too. If you want to equate your human side with your spiritual side, however you want to put it. But do you get the gist of do you get the point of this conversation? Man. All that's that I want to talk about, man. Like, there's so much to say about this shit, man. That's how deep the shit is. And that's how, like, for me, man, that's when, man, then you realize this whole thing is an art. You got to go through the transformations. Each stage in your life, you must know how to die. In other words, you cannot be the same person that you were when you were 12 years old, man. But yet, at the same time, you're still that same person. Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like you changed, but you didn't change at the same time. But you must change at the same time. I mean, there's no way for me to put it in words that could, because I feel like the way I said it, I mean, it has to be understood. Certain things got to be understood. But for you to change, it requires death. That's why you have to embrace your death too, man. Embrace that shit. There's no life without it. Then that's when the Kabbalion now will try to help you to understand. Hey, listen, man, you're living in a world of polarity, not duality. The two sides that you see that may seem as opposite, they are part of the one thing. That's why they tell you it's two sides of the same coin. Heads and tail, it's the same coin. God and Satan, the side of the same coin. Satan, Job wouldn't be Job. God was hanging out with Satan. So much so they had a bet. Just don't kill him. Do whatever else you want. It's like this nigga's like, yo, God, you saying this nigga's really your nigga, man? How do you know? It's like God is not even all-knowing anymore. And then when you look at the story, that's why you gotta have to develop a new perspective. Oh man, I gotta talk about this. To have a clear mind. It's not to think clearly. Obviously, you will think clearly too. But what we're talking about here is a deeper perspective of things. It's not a matter of how much you see, but it's how you're looking at it. How you're looking at it makes a world of difference. You see, the way I look at Jesus, the way you look at Jesus, makes a world of difference. My Jesus set me free. Your Jesus, I don't know, you claim to be set free, but yet you actual slaves. You don't see yourself in your Jesus. You say without him, you wouldn't be here. I would probably say the same things too, but I still wouldn't say it in the same way. Because I know I have something to do with it too. That's what the Holy Communion is. The wedding. You know, being like the true I'm royal hair. I'm loyal to this fucking hair, man. Like, to tell you guys a little bit about me. As a kid, I was trafficked. I was human trafficked. I was raised with a family. They changed my name. That's why they call me Bud, which is generic. They gave me a fake, real certificate. And all of that was done so they could take my money. My inheritance. But I'm loyal to the hair, man. You can't take it away. That you cannot touch. For years, no one told me I was fucking adopted. They lied to me. They sabotaged my life. Man, I've been abused to the max. But all of it, bro, I use all of it to transform myself. Those were just tools for me, man. I was sharpening myself up. Yo, do you know how hard life already is? And then now you're trying to make something out of your life, and then people are calling to get you fired from your job? Just so because they had a fake fucking power of attorney over me. So they didn't tell me about my inheritance. So the lawyer that they were working with, told them about, what is it called? The statute of limitation. So meaning after, because I have houses that was left for me, when my parents passed away at a very young age. So those were never claimed. How would they be claimed when I don't know about it? When I was lied to? And not to say being abused emotionally too. For somebody to tell you they are your mother, knowing that they're not your mother, this is organized crime. These niggas technically was fucking me up. Literally fucking me up. Fucking my mind up. Fucking all of me up. Here we are, baby. Here we are, man. Like I tell him, man, hammer shatters glasses, but it forges sword, man. You can never break who I am, bro. And this is why, too, like, anything that they did was a representation of who they are. And this is why justice will have to be, come on, man. It has to be served, man. Those are the people I was raised with. But I was saying that for a reason, though. Why the fuck was I just saying that? There was a point that I was going to make. I guess they'll just come back to me. And then they had a fake, a doctor too, man, with fake notes to say that I'm mentally ill. Me, myself. And guess what I did all my life? I was the one raising them. I knew I couldn't count on them. Can you imagine if I was raised by these people? In fact, I was raised to be a failure, bro. But I intuitively knew. That's why, man, I always honor. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing too. This is going to be for another me out there. Who knows when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. This is what they didn't understand. They thought my life revolved around them. And then my life is bigger than, like, life is bigger in general. They thought they don't know, I would only know the things that they teach me. Meanwhile, I'm the only one in their family that went to college, got my bachelor's and my fucking master's. And I'm not saying that to brag or anything. Obviously, that shit really means nothing to me. But I'm saying that to you to show you, even on that level, like, I mean, I don't understand how they thought somehow they even knew me. So already I'm showing you I was already doing things that they couldn't do. None of them finished high school. None of them went to college. None of them never even had the urge to develop their mind. These women, they're all gossipers. You know, fucking people pleasers. You know, and when you're dealing with people like that, then, you know, they show one face in society, and in the house, they're totally something else. And when my shit come out, you're gonna see these people, man. And I know the community gonna be like, oh no, not those people. Yes, it's those motherfuckers who all trash. Always was, and now it's gonna be shown to the whole world who they really are. It has nothing to do with me, bro. I mean, and for me, I'm going to show the beauty that I always was. Do you see what I'm saying? And because I found the divinity in me, so I get to show my beauty. And for them, they didn't find the divinity in them. So they got no beauty to show. All you're going to see is envy, jealousy. They bear the fruit of the flesh. Yo, I have a lady, the woman who raised me. She's been competing with me as a baby, bro. Do you understand? Like a grown-ass people competing with a kid means? Do you know how stupid you gotta be? Do you know how blind or envious, how illogical you gotta be, bro? So you can't become what you are not. So to bear the fruit of the Spirit, you have to have the Spirit in you. You have to cultivate, nourish the Spirit in you. That's how it works. I'm able to even, to got to a point where I became a spiritual healer, like, damn, my nigga. But these were things that was always in me, and they knew it too. And that's what they hated me. That's what they were competing with. Again, the whole Cinderella story. Her son, this nigga, man, was competing. Oh, they all hated me, man, just because of my shine. Yo, when I told you I walked in the middle of the shadow of death, I was among, like, the darkness, man. That's why now I know who they are. I understand how they think. And I also understand, too, I had to be there for me to be a spiritual healer, too. So I could give you the solution to it. I know exactly who they are. Yo, it's not a coincidence, man. People who are envy and jealous of other people are always the people who do not do the work on themselves, man. People who are doing the work in who they are, those are the fishermen who recognize another. We acknowledge, we respect each other. Now these motherfuckers who don't do that type of work, they hate on you. And because they hate that side of them, because remember we were talking about that projection, and this is why these people are dangerous. This is why these motherfuckers gotta be in jail too. They are a menace to society, literally. That's why you see a lot of crimes are being committed out of fucking envies and jealousy, bro. They can't stand themselves so much, and they can't acknowledge who they are, so they think, like the lady who raised me, I'm not the only one she was trying to kill to steal my fucking inheritance. She did it prior, she did it before. She killed her brother. There was someone else too she also killed. And what they do, that family, they collect insurance money in their own family. So they're like, it's like 7 of them. All the sisters and the brothers. They all work together, like that's the secret in the family. They kill each other and get the insurance money. So as a kid, I was their sacrifice. So they thought. So they thought. But what they didn't know was I was put there to sacrifice them. So what this lady did after she killed the people that she killed to get the insurance money, do you know this bitch, she used to hold on the Bible? My spirit was showing me everything. She used to go in the Bible, she would cry after she committed a crime, and then guess what? And then a couple years later, she on to her next crime. After she done cried for the crime that she did in the past, that all of her brothers and sisters, they all knew, I think she had something to do with her father too. Back in Haiti. And this is when, after she collected the insurance money, then she started having money, she started buying. Now I understand why when she bought the house, the car, a new TV and all that shit, that was insurance money after somebody she killed. I think that was her father, bro. She killed her own father for insurance money. You think I wouldn't know? Then she was crying, you know what I'm saying? And then a few years later, now I'm next. Because keep in mind, I was already their sacrifice. That's why they never told me anything about who I truly was. This is an organized crime. Oh, this is not a mistake at all. Then they hired the lawyer for the statute of limitation. After those years, then they were getting ready to collect. And this is where like all hell break through loose, man. My grandmother, like, they don't understand what's going on right now. They don't know. These people are gonna be so much fucked. They don't know what's coming, bro. They don't know how. Then they got together with my baby mother. Yo, the whole plan, you know, was to take me out to collect my inheritance. Because at first, she collaborated with my baby mother, but things couldn't work out between her and I. So now she hired another hoe, thinking that, you know, she was going to get me to fall in love. So she probably got married in my... Yo, a bunch of fraud. Yo, when that shit comes out, bro, this is going to be for the ages. Because I'm reading the whole thing. So she was supposed to poison me, bro. Trying to act like she's in love with me and... Nigga, what? And this is another bitch. Like, I only fucked that bitch once, bro. And even then, that was the worst pussy I ever had. That's why I never fucked her again. Trash. I'm talking about, I was probably in my 21. She was probably 19 when I was 21, or 18. Because I think I'm probably 3 years older than her, or 4 years older. Ladies, man, worst pussy ever. And then ironically, here I was, man. Honest to God, God is my witness. All I was trying to do with her, man, truly helping her, bro. I already know she was trash. You know what I'm saying? She told me, I'm like, no. There's no relationship. I'm going to school, and obviously I didn't want to be with her. Because what fucking me going to school had to do with. But this bitch couldn't get it. So she hung around me, envious, jealous, and all that shit. But she was just looking for revenge. And then in my mind, here I am, man, going about my ways. And I was just wanting to help her because I knew she was retarded. And then ironically, she thought I was retarded. You see, I was going to college. I developed my life. I did all that shit. This bitch who's being a hoe thought I was retarded. Meanwhile, all she was doing is hoeing out there. And then this bitch got fucking HIV, was trying to give me that shit. Man, listen, man. When I told you, I'm like, what? When it was time, it was time. And then in my dream, when my grandmother came, she showed me the will. She showed me the house. She showed me the money she left for me. And then there was also for my father's side. Man, listen, man. Let me be quiet. They don't know what's coming. All the money you get out of me, your lawyer, oh, man. They don't know. Well, I mean, listen. If you could have stopped me, you would have stopped me by now. Or who knows? Keep trying. But I know one thing, though. It's not going to happen. Written medley. I mean, if the signs are not clear for you yet, because the hard-headed always got to see it to believe it. Written medley. They already know what's going. They already know what's coming. They already know what's coming. It's worse than you think. Whatever bad you think it is, it's worser than that. Man, I saw that shit. I'm like, You'll see. You see, like, when you do ugly for so long, when that shit's gonna come out, when justice gonna be played. Oh man, best believe, man. Best believe. And as you can see, all your crimes are coming out. And even that bitch you hired too. Her crimes are coming out too. Oh man. And I forewarned her. I told her, man, walk away. Because the message was clear, because I got the message clear. She was supposed to tell me about what she was doing. And I did tell her that too. I'm like, I don't know why you're here, but you were supposed to tell me something that you didn't tell me. But whatever it is, at this point, it's either you walk away, but there's no turning back, baby. It's only going forward from here. There's no like, I don't even know what you're thinking about reconciliation for what? Why would I want you in my life? For to do what? I never needed you in my life. Have I ever called you to ask you for any type of fucking advice? How many times have I called you in 10 years? And then you thought I was a sucker for love for you? How many times have you called me and I never answer my phone? When I'm in Florida, you in Florida. I know you were broke, you were looking for people to buy you shit. And when I show up, even when I go to the hotels, how much money did I spend on you? I'm listening. Let me know. I spent money on you once. That was at the Bahama Breeze, $5 fucking special. Because I knew you were trash. But you never knew that. I never said that to you. That's why I was giving you books. I was trying to help you. Then you thought I was in love with you. What was there about you to love? What is there about you to love? You have no conversation. You talk about nothing. You only talk when you're gossiping about people. You only got shit. You see, they reflect who you are. You got nothing to talk about. There's no life in you. You got nothing I need. No want. I'm not even trying to come at, this is just facts. It's like you don't even have a pussy for me. Like your pussy, like you don't have a pussy for me. You have no pussy. Like I look at you as like, you have no pussy for me. No, nothing. Look at the facts. In those 10 years, how many times have I called you? If I call you 10 times, that would be 1 time a year. Show it to me. But I understand. Of course you hate me. You got to. You have no values. You're projecting that in you. That's why the harder you come at me, and nigga, that's why you delusional too. It's truly you with yourself. That's what I'm saying. All your magic's coming right back at you, man. I'm not on your level. Everything's manifesting in your life. You think it's worse now? You haven't seen shit yet. And I'm putting charges on you. Because I love you. Because I'm in love with you. This bitch use my identity, do all kinds of shit on it. I love you more. You have, oh man, I can't, my time will come to show it to you. I promise you that. I promise you I love you and I will show it to you. I promise I'll show you how much I love you. In due time. For now, do what you gotta do. Keep doing what you gotta do, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey. You know? But we both know how this is gonna end. And when I'm telling you what you think is the end, it's gonna be worse than what you think. Woo! But anyway, we're gonna leave it here, man. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to let you guys go. The art of becoming a human being, again, you know, man, it's transformational. The journey in itself is a valuable journey. It's going through your spiritual identity crisis, and yet multiple different spiritual identities, and yet you still maintain your, I mean, I can't put it in words. You know, it's embodying all of it. So we're gonna leave it here, man. And as always, guys, remember, to do is to be. You cannot do if you don't be. What you do for money, you do it badly. If you're not true to you, you will always be false to somebody else. And if you're false to yourself, you can never be true to somebody else. And always remember, the remedy of the pain is in the pain. Aïssien, Brau, Malé.